I've always dreamed of going to Mount Everest. It's something that's completely out of the ordinary, something that was completely out of reach. Being here is unreal. When I found out about this contest, I couldn't pass up the opportunity to apply. Flying from the US to Kathmandu was quite an experience in itself. As we were leaving the airport, I just remember seeing a lot of armed guards, and it just kind of reminded me of that first video that Far Cry did. I just thought this place is insane. Like, we're driving down the road, there's people driving on your side of the road right at you. Everybody's just honking their horns. We drove past one shop and there's a guy out there gutting, like, I think he had actual guts in his hand and he was chopping them up. It's pretty gnarly. So before crashing from my jet lag, we went and walked through the town. It was really chaotic. There was a lot of people. It was shoulder to shoulder, very narrow streets. It's just a lot was going on. The people seem to be very friendly. I stand out, like they seem to look at me every time I walk by, but I guess I'm kind of stand out like a sore thumb because I'm a big, tall, white guy. I just got here this morning, and it's a little bit of sensory overload. Walking around Swambunat was really cool, the monkey temple. There were two different religious temples there. There was a Hindu temple and a Buddhist temple. And we went into one monastery and it was super beautiful. It was awesome. The monkeys were feisty and they wanted nothing to do with you unless you had something edible. We also went to Pashupatinath, and while we were there, like immediately walking in, there's a river, and along that river there is like a few piles of wood and they're all burning. And as we're walking, I come to find out that those are some cremation ceremonies. You get this morbid feeling, but then also it's kind of like not morbid at the same time. It seems normal as you're walking by, like you're breathing in human ash. There's also a few sadhus, the holy men there. Some of them even had like human ash on them. And they had their faces painted, long beards, long hair. We hung out with them for a bit, took some photos with them. They're pretty cool. We got up early this morning, about 5 a.m., just to get packed and ready to go to the domestic airport. I knew the plane was small, but I didn't expect it to be this small. And I was like, man, there's no way I'm gonna fit in that thing. I wasn't nervous about the flight. I was actually kind of looking forward to it. I've heard stories of how it was very scary. It was jaw-dropping, seeing like how the fields kind of cascaded into one another. Before getting to Lukla, we'd pass over mountain passes that were like 50 feet below the plane. We came around this ridge and immediately we came upon the landing strip. You have to brake really hard, and then going uphill slows the plane down quite a bit. And then by the time you're at the end of the runway, you have to immediately bank right and I guess pull into your parking spot. It's pretty gnarly. When we first got in, we met the Sherpas, and one of the Sherpas that we met has summited 19 times. It's incredible. They're very, very nice people. Walking from Lukla to Phakting, out here it's very clear, the air is crisp. It's not what I'd expect, because it's never what you see whenever you see pictures of the trek to Mount Everest, and super gorgeous. Along the way, there was quite a few prayer stones and prayer wheels, and a lot of them were painted black, and the lettering was painted white, so it looked really, really neat. Waking up in Phakting was really cool. It was also nice to be able to look around and see some of the mountains that we were around. Phakting to Namche was really awesome. The mountains reminded me a lot of southern China, the really steep cliffs with the real green trees on them. The bridges were really cool. They were covered in prayer flags. When you'd get like halfway across the bridge, you'd look down and see the Milky River. You see a lot of porters, and they're carrying loads bigger than myself. So it's pretty impressive to see these guys. We stopped and got some tea, and off in the distance you can see like this awesome lush green canyon. It really reminded me of the Far Cry 4 reveal trailer. When they were driving up to that checkpoint, you could see that snow-capped mountain in the background with the greenery. The kids are everywhere. They're awesome. They're really funny. They're really cute. Love it when they enthusiastically say namaste. We came to the final bridge. It was really high, and I think it was the most beautiful bridge I've ever seen. Then after crossing the bridge, we came to the dreaded Namche Hill. I'd heard that it was going to be a bit of a doozy. As we were hiking it, I wholeheartedly agree with them on that. It was just like this never-ending staircase. After making it to the top, we rounded this one corner, and you can see this crescent-shaped town. It's great to be here at Namche, which is at 11,000 feet. I can't wait to see what it'll look like as we get higher.